Over the past 100 years or so, we've learned a lot about cancer and have made incredible strides in identifying and treating it. But even now, we still don't fully understand what triggers cancer to develop in the first place. We used to think changes in DNA or mutations alone were the cause. Then, a study showed that the rate of cancer increases with age, suggesting that more time alive meant more time for mutations. This would also be true for larger cell masses. More cells, more chances for mutations. But here's where it gets interesting. A researcher named Dr. Richard Peto uncovered something that we now call Peto's paradox. If DNA changes were the only cause of cancer, then we could assume that larger animals, like whales and elephants with significantly more cells, should have more cancers than smaller animals, like mice. But that's not how the cancers were distributed. In fact, elephants are 40,000 times larger than mice, but they have similar rates of cancer. This suggests that something may be preventing those mutations from turning into cancer. Let's take another look at the mice. If you expose a mouse to a chemical mutagen, like coal tar, it causes mutations. And if you wait weeks or months, you'll discover the mouse still has mutations, but not cancer. This suggests that mutations alone don't cause cancer. It seems that a cell might need both mutations and a second factor, or promoter, in order to multiply and become cancer. The Prominent team, including future leaders and patient advocates, are re-examining what we know about how cancer develops, because what we thought was the main cause of cancer may only be one component of a more complex process. Normal, everyday human cells accumulate mutations all the time. Take eyelids, for instance. There are loads of mutations in the skin of eyelids, but these mutated cells rarely form cancers. This means that the body must be doing something to keep cancers of the eyelids in check. In another example, imagine a mudslide. Mudslides don't happen spontaneously. They require an initiating factor, like the wildfires in California that scorch the earth, damage tree roots, and destabilize the ground. In the fall, repeated and heavy rains acted as a promoter. The rains alone could not have caused the mudslides. They needed the initial damage caused by the wildfires, but without the heavy rains, there would be no mudslide. Mutated cells, like this scorched earth and damaged roots, do not seem to become cancerous without repeated exposure to some type of promoter. You can think of promoters as factors that spark tumor growth by targeting existing mutations. That's also why someone who quits smoking can alter their risk of lung cancer. While they may still have the mutations caused by smoking tobacco, they have stopped the heavy rains or the repeated exposure to the promoting chemicals also contained in cigarettes. Simple things like ultra-hot drinks to coating on non-stick pans to forever chemicals, and daily pollution and particulate matter could explain why cancer strikes so suddenly and strangely. Many of these familiar items are possible cancer promoters. So, what does this mean for you? Someday, we may be able to identify specific mutations and help people avoid known promoters to stop cancer before it starts. By working together to understand cancer promotion, we may finally have an explanation for Peto's paradox and new strategies for reducing the burden of cancer. Visit our Team Prominent website to learn more about cancer promotion and how you can become a Team Prominent patient advocate.